Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. Now this is the third time I'm actually recording this video because, well, let's just say YouTube doesn't like what I put out twice before. So what we're going to be talking about today is Julia Fox, and I am really shocked that someone like this person here, like again, I have no idea who she is. All I know is that she's supposedly Kanye West's ex-girlfriend or something. But again, I know Kanye's gone a little bit crazy, so I can see where she probably is. But reading through this before, I am just absolutely gobsmacked by what she says. And it just goes to show that someone like Julia and, you know, so supporting AH, it shows the kind of upbringing that she had and what she was told by people. So we're going to jump into it. So Julia Fox showed support for AH after the Johnny Depp trial. None of us are safe. All the women in the world are going to suffer from this, Julia Fox said about the AH and Johnny Depp's defamation trial. Now, the way she said that there, you know, none of us are safe in the world, straight away it goes into Julia Fox says none of us are safe when it comes to women in Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood is not the global world, you know? So to me, this just goes to show straight away it's to a key demographic bunch, and that is people in Hollywood. Now, it does go on to say that she was talking to Emily during a high-low or MommaT podcast. The Uncut Gems star, 32, opened up about her decision to publicly defend AH. Now, with that, she's an Uncut Gems. I actually like this film, and seeing her there, I'm like, oh, it's her. Literally, I have no idea. And to be honest with you, if they, again, I wear horror t-shirts, short jeans and tracksuit bottoms and all this kind of thing. But to me and a lot of people I know, that is not fashion. That just looks like something that she would probably use in a dungeon somewhere. Moving on. You know, it does go on to say, none of us, you know, had that one there. I did have to say something because it could, if it could happen to Amber, who is a white, blonde, beautiful, successful actress. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Because people that say she had no career before Depp, but she did. Over 10 movies, I think. So it can really happen too. None of us are safe. Now, with that there, you know, people, oh, she had no career before Johnny Depp. Before Johnny Depp, I think she had like 1, maybe 2 leading roles. And all the other things were bit parts. But again, no. What I like about this is that you can actually rub it into the Amber Heard stans. Because Amber Heard stans said about her... They've actually... Oh, excuse me on the burp. Because they're the ones who have come out and said as well that she wasn't really active before she met Johnny Depp. Julia, AH stans, maybe we should get together and actually be like, we have to make sure our stories match. So you got that there. But then it go on to say, which, once we get into it, it's just mind-blowing. So, this is where we go now. So, I just want you to remember first, in comedies, you know, sitcoms and all this kind of stuff, they've always made fun of the, bloody hell, Miss World and all this kind of stuff. You know, you see it in comedies everywhere. Scary Movie did it with Buffy, the character, when they're all going on and they're like, you know, every single person who's been nominated goes up, I want world peace. I want world peace. Because that is the trademark of actually picking someone of a stereotype. You know, they go on, all these people who go to these awards and all that, they, you know, they're dumb or whatever. And they all do seem to tend to say, I want world peace. I want world peace. I don't want no war. Okay, fair enough. But look what this Julia has said. For me, I always just see things like bigger picture. I never really harp on small details. I look at like, what does this mean for the collective? So with that there, okay, fair enough. You want to know what's going to, you know, for the collective. But looking at the bigger picture. So looking at the bigger picture, all the evidence that was put into, you know, into the trial, that AH went and said, I gave every single bit of evidence to my lawyers. I don't know what they did with it. You got that part there straight away, obviously. But then, you've got Amber admitting to write in the article about him. Because in the heat of the moment, she goes, that's why I wrote it about him. She stops for a split second, goes back and goes, I wrote it about men like him. No, you said you wrote it about him. That's it. They have to take your word. Remember, you swore an oath. But, look at this. Now, she added that regarding how she believed the child's verdict would impact women around the world. Okay, fair enough. With that and Roe v. Wade being overturned, again, I understand that part. But then she goes, and then what was happening over in Afghanistan? I'm sorry, what does Afghanistan have to do with Amber and Johnny? Hell, what does Roe v. Wade have to do with Amber and Johnny? You know, it's got nothing to do with it. To me, this just goes to show the mentality of this person. But it gets even better, but worse, if that makes any sense. I was like, guys, yeah, you guys are making comments, but you don't realize that this is going to damage women. All the women in the world are going to suffer from this. No, it's not. Because this is actually going to stop people from lying about stuff. And you're saying about, oh, it's going to damage women. The way I look at that is, for me, what this has shown a lot of men now, the majority of men in the world, if I'm going to have a relationship or whatever, I'm going to have to record. I'm going to have to store text messages or whatever. I'm going to have to make sure my ass is covered. Because women do go out and lie. Now, I have said this story countless times on this channel, during streams, everything. Here in the UK, a football player, he was wrongfully accused by a woman. They went to court, but then the woman came out and said, actually, yeah, it never happened. The guy lost his job. He lost his career as a footballer. When he got out, when they said, we're sorry, you know, we were wrong, she admitted to lying about it. He went to another football club, and because that football club had a couple of women who were Olympic athletes or whatever, even though the woman lied about him and it was out everywhere, these people were like, well, if you keep him, we're going. We're not going to keep our sponsorship with you. Because an innocent man was wrongfully accused? That, to me, still shows how much shit men take. Again, this... I am a man, obviously, and the way all of this has impacted men is phenomenal. Because it's now going to let men actually realize, you know what? I can do something about it. That's what it is. But when you got women like this Julia Fox and the people who are supporting AH, they all seem to have the same narcissistic traits. They all seem to be the type of person who would do stuff that AH has said. That's a given, because they all act the same, they all talk the same, they all tweet the same, and get this. She does go on to say, so, about here, I'm going to zoom in for this one. So, this is about the op-ed and everything else. During the trial, she commented on Instagram, never had the power in the relationship to be this. Look what she also said. Did she do this? Yes. Was it this? No. I'm sorry. How is that not that? Julia, how? How? So, with the way she's saying that, and look what she also says about it. You need to have power to be able to do it. She was 25. He clearly was always way more powerful, including physically and financially. No. No. Julia, you are one of the dumbest people I have ever covered on this channel. Right. So, what is considered to be this? Physical, this, emotional, economic, or psychological actions, or this of actions that influence another person. This includes any behaviors that frighten, intimidate, terrorize, manipulate, do this, humiliate, blame, injure, or wound someone. Julia, that's what she was doing. This Julia woman, I'm telling you, man, it's... I was reading this, and I'm telling you, if she was in the room with me, I think I just would have just gone on, bleh. It just would have been venom coming out of my mouth, literally. Because the things that she is saying, literally, did she do this? Yes. Was it this? No. That just goes to show what type of person she is. And it just go on, as you can see. Fox told Emily during the podcast, it's hard to prove this because it's so insidious, and sometimes you don't even know you're being this. Sometimes you're being this, but you don't want to see yourself as this, so you try to be tough and fight back, so then it can be like, oh no, we fight each other. No. And you got this, Fox added, you know he done your ass. Like, stop, you know what I mean? And I only know because I've been there. You've been there, so you should know exactly how to feel. Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe she was the horrible person in her relationship as well. She also noted in the podcast appearance that she always stands up for women. Because I've been there and I know how lonely it is and how scary it is when people you've known even your whole life are kind of looking at you funny and it's like I'm not a liar. And that's how it's kind of ended, guys. And it's absolutely just mind-blowing. And she says there, Julia Fox says relationship with Kanye West affected her acting career, not in a good way. You know what, guys? I'm going to say this right here, right now. It wouldn't surprise me if she comes out and says that Kanye West did something to her. I'm going to put my money on that, and it'll be in the next couple of years. I guarantee it. She seems to be that type of person. But that's what we got by there. And, you know, like I said, just seeing there and just showing. She's like, did she do it? Yeah. Is it this? No. So you don't understand what that word actually means then. When you look at the law and everything else, that is exactly what it is. It's just mind-blowing to see that even when the jury of people saw all the evidence and everything else, like we said, you're going to get people like this Julia Fox woman who... And you know what, to be honest, I just thought of it now. With that there, with Kanye West has affected her acting career, not in a good way. She's using this as publicity for herself. That's it. Anyway, guys, if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.